Now this is the time you are finally getting serious about your studies and you think, I'll ask the topper when he studies and how he studies. So you go to the topper and you ask him, hey bro, when do you study? What's the time? And he's like, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I study for 3 hours straight, and at 8 a.m. then I come to school. And then, okay bro, let me ask someone else. Then you go to someone else and like, I study for the whole night. I start at 10 p.m. and I study till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and then I sleep. Then I come to school at 8 a.m. And you are looking sideways and you're thinking, neither do I wake up at 5 a.m. nor do I study at 10 p.m. That's a problem. So now you sit and you want to actually research which time is the best, 5 a.m. or 10 a.m. So let's say that your mom is constantly telling you that, bro, wake up early in the morning, study, wake up early in the morning, it's the Brahma Muhurat, it's the best time to study, and you finally give it a try. You wake up at 5 a.m. and you studied for 2 hours with full confidence, and finally you go to school at 8 a.m. and now by the time recess comes, you are half asleep, and by the time 1 p.m., 2 p.m., you are just sleeping with your eyes open. Has that ever happened to you? Because this 5 a.m. time beta comes with one condition that you forgot to read in the 5 a.m. club YouTube video or the book. That said, that if you want to wake up at 5 a.m., stop scrolling reels till 2 a.m. or even 12 p.m. That's the thing where you skipped that paragraph. So beta, today we are going to talk about is 5 a.m. is the best or 10 p.m. is the best, and spoiler ahead, both are best and both are worst equally. Actually, you wake up at 5 a.m. and you study good and you go through the whole day and you sleep at 9 p.m. That's something that's best. But if you scroll reels till 2 a.m., then that's going to cost you your marks, your studies, your health, and your digestion as well. But beta, on the other hand, if someone is studying at 10 p.m. till 12 p.m., sleeping at 12 p.m., waking up at 7 a.m., that is equally beneficial for them, maybe more than you sleeping at 12 and waking up at 5. So there are rules and conditions that our body moves with. We have a biological clock in ourselves. If you don't sleep properly, if you don't sleep for the proper amount of time, proper amount of hours, you won't be able to study either at 5 a.m. or at 10 p.m. Done? So that is the first thing that you need to study, that the 5 a.m. comes with its condition of sleeping at 9 p.m. Can you sleep at 9 p.m.? Or studying at 10 a.m. comes with 10 p.m. Studying at 10 p.m. in the night comes with a condition that you can wake up properly, you can get proper sleep, but can you stay awake at the night? When the whole house is asleep, there is no disturbance, but will that make you sleepy or will that make you scroll your reels? That's the thing we are here to balance. We learn in this video how to balance all this. And again, I am your science teacher. So again, I have got very good theories for you to actually tell you which time is best. Now beta, the spoiler is there is no magic hour. Nor 5 a.m. nor 10 p.m. And personally, I was like you. I never woke up early in the morning. I never studied late till the night. But in between the hours, the evening hours, I gave my full potential. Because that was the time that I was able to perform better. That was my hour. And in this video, you have to understand what your hour is. What I mean is, beta, one is called chronotype. It's like an owl, partly genetic. Now, this waking up early or sleeping late, beta, it's partly genetic. So, if you cannot wake up early in the morning, maybe you can put a little bit blame on your parents. But if they wake up early, then don't. Okay? So beta, this is your genes, not laziness. If you're not able to wake up early in the morning, partly Partly it's because of the genes. Everybody is being made differently. Some are okay being a night owl, some are okay being waking up early in the morning, and some are not good at either of those. So you have to figure out what are you. If you cannot wake up early in the morning, are you able to study in the night till late when the house is empty? Finally, there are no disturbances. You keep your phone in the another room and you are able to focus on your studies. If you're just scrolling reels, if your night time looks like just scrolling reels for 50 minutes and studying for 10 minutes, then that's not going to work. Okay, next thing is beta teen melatonin. Actually, melatonin is a kind of a hormone that releases for sleep, and that's why we say don't use phone in the night, because it hinders with your melatonin secretion, right? So beta, this genetically and this whole worldly in our parents, it releases 2 hours early. That means if they are able to sleep at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., it releases in your body 2 hours later, that is at 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. So you can use that time when there is no disturbances, no distractions, no reels noise, no TV noise, no your brothers and sisters hindering with you, fighting with you. That 2 hour that you have, that melatonin is not secreted yet, but it is secreted in your parents, so they are asleep. You get a peaceful time, and if you can study in those 2 hours without any distraction from your phone, then that's your hour. But if you think that waking up early gives you a better advantage, you wake up fresh, then that's also an added advantage that you need to study about. Okay. Now beta, a very important thing. Actually, what happens, Jenkins discovered that when we study something, and I can personally say that it happens with me. When I study something and I sleep on it, so let's say I studied at night and I sleep on it and I woke up, I feel like I remember more. So this is the study that slept in between. When you studied something, you slept, then woke up, took the test. It gives 56% more increase in retaining power than if you stayed awake. You pulled the all-nighter and gave the exam the next morning without sleeping on your knowledge. What happens is, when you study something, you sleep, your brain saves all the things one by one and click on, okay, this file, save, this file, save, this file, save. So it works better because it does not have to work in other aspects when your body is sleeping. Your body is relaxing, but your mind, it is working, it is saving the information that is important, and it is a proper study done. Okay. So beta, that is the one thing that you need to work on today. Find your personal best hour. When do you study best? 5 a.m., 10 p.m. or any AMs, PMs in mid-between. Okay, so 3 things you have to do. Find your peak hour. When you get the most productivity, you one day study at 10 p.m. and study the same chapter 1 p.m. and 10 p.m. and sleep on it and wake up and see if you remember things or not. Or you next day study at 5 a.m. provided that you are sleeping at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. You wake up at 5 a.m. and then you see if you are able to study or you still feel sleepy. If you do, there's nothing to worry about. Just close the books, go back to sleep and find your another hour that you feel the sharpest. So on those hours when you are best, when you can be completely focused, you do the hardest work. If you think physics is the hardest, do physics when you feel like you can focus completely on the task, not on the distractions, right? That's your first rule. Next beta, compromising sleep is the worst nightmare of anyone, literally. Sleep is the one thing where your body heals, where your functions, where your body parts heal, where your brain heals the whole body, and that is one of the most important part for your body to work properly. If you don't sleep for 7 to 9 hours at this point, you won't feel fresh, you won't be able to do the tasks in hand properly, you won't be able to focus completely. So in any case, whether in 5 a.m. time or 10 p.m. time, your sleep cannot compromise. That's the first thing that you have to take care of. Okay, then beta rule number 3 is every day you have to show up for the same slot. Now for next week, just find your peak hour. That means 5 a.m. Wake up, try to wake up at 5 a.m. If you feel sleepy, try to study at 10 p.m. and you will know when you will be able to focus more, right? Then only do study at that time. If you are choosing the 10 p.m. slot, show up every day at 10 p.m. Don't say, okay, I don't want to study today, let's just wake up tomorrow early morning and I'll study. Don't disturb your biological clock. Don't disturb your body's functions. Your body will feel sleepy at 10 p.m. if you wake up every day at 5 a.m. or your body will feel sleepy at 12 p.m. if you study from 10 to 12 every day. Your body sets all its rhythms, that is its circadian rhythm, its digestion, all of these things are set up according to the schedule and it wants to follow the routine. Okay, so you have to show up every single day. 5 a.m. means 5 a.m. every day. 10 p.m. means 10 p.m. every day. Of course, there can be exceptions someday, but do not miss 2 days twice. Okay, 2 days in a row should not be missed. One day, we are all human, we are not robots. Sometimes you don't want to wake up at 5 p.m. you are tired, you are sleepy, that's fine, but next day show up at the same time. So that is your challenge for the next 7 days, to figure out your peak hour and do the hardest work in your hand at that hour. Okay, so beta, that is the one thing that I hope that gives the answer to your 5 a.m. or 10 p.m. slot. It depends on everyone because you are genetically different and these things depend on genetics partly and partly because of your willpower. So you decide which time is best for you and then test if your body agrees with your mind on that or not. So that is it for this video. I'll meet you in the next one. Comment down your time, is it 5 a.m. or 10 p.m.